Today's a lucky day because on this episode of my smile journey, I'm going to, as a professional orthodontist, I'm going to teach you how you can do any hike of any magnitude while wearing your Invisalign aligners. And I know a lot of you, I think the majority of the world has this misconception that you can't physically hike while wearing your aligners. Well, I'm so excited to show you just how that can be done. We need to start off by having not just all of our gear, but all of our mouth gear, right? So we have our elastics, we have our to-go toothbrush. I think most importantly are these little toothpicks, because you don't want your hands in your mouth while you're getting all dirty. You should have some hand sanitizer as well. And then of course you got your Invisalign case and an extra toothpaste. Oh, forgive me. I would say if you can only bring two things, I would bring this Listerine and these toothpicks, and you'll see why later. So that's it. So step one, put on your aligners. Pack your gear. Smile. Five hours, 2,000 feet, 5 miles. Roger. Can't get over how natural each part of this trail is. Honestly, the only way you can tell is with those little white spots. I mean, you can just as easily be walking that way, or that way. I love it. Step number 4 to hiking with Invisalign. Just make sure you stop about every 5 to 10 yards. Take a video selfie of yourself, so that later on when you are eating dinner, you can be incredibly disappointed at how uncool your video is compared to how cool you felt earlier that day. This might be the most important step of the whole hike, so don't forget that one. Write that one down, please. Here's the trail. And you follow the trail along and you just happen to stop, take a look at the view. You notice that trail right there, but then you notice that white spot there behind you. So now, those are two very different directions. Well, imagine the white spot is the right way, but look at this. How would you ever pick that way in a million years? Step number 5, and I think this one is pretty synergistic with the Invisalign, because you can only drink water with your aligners in, of course. So on your hike, make sure you drink a lot of water. Make sure when you do stop and drink the water, stop at a cool spot so you can add to your video selfies that are not going to look nearly as cool later. To water and aligners. Step number 6 is guard your ego. Better yet, don't even bring your ego. Just when you think you're making good timing, think you look super cool, think you got a really badass photo that nobody else took, I assure you, there's somebody doing the trail faster than you. They're probably 20 to 30 years older than you, or they're children. Somebody always has a better photo spot than you. So don't even bring your ego and forget about them, because the hike's not about their journey, it's about yours. Now this is number 6. Might be the most important step of them all. More water. Oh, look at those. Look at the texture. Look at the transition from those, I don't know what you call them, little grooves to the nice flat red rocks. 7 summit and enjoy the views. Look at, that's the parking lot where we started, and if you look at that little mountain right across the way, that's Doe Mountain. That's where I'm going to get up tomorrow morning around 4:45, 5 a.m. We're gonna hike up there, and the sun should be rising around 7, so we'll have about an hour to an hour and a half to get up there, and then we'll catch the sunrise, so stay tuned for that. That should be pretty kick butt as well. And then all that over here, this is Sedona, everything you see. So I knew Bear Mountain was the highest peak, or the place where you could get the best view looking down onto the city of Sedona, but I was not aware that on the other side you'd be able to see this mountain range. I'm not really sure what that is, but it's breathtaking. I'm pretty pumped about it. So, step number 8. You deserve a snack. So, let's have a snack. If we followed step 1, we should have our handy dandy Invisalign case there. You may want to use hand sanitizer before doing that. I did not bring any, so all good. Today I just got some good old-fashioned trail mix. I'm not going to be up here too long, otherwise I'm going to pack some fruit and some other food, but all good. Disclaimer, there's nuts in these. I'm wearing a motion appliance. Unless you're a ninja at eating nuts with braces or a motion appliance on, do not do it, especially on top of a mountain, because your orthodontist will not be able to get up there and fix it for you. So when I get to the summit, I always like to do some sort of meditation or breath work. I spent the past 30 minutes doing some Tumo breathing or Wim Hof breathing. This is the more popular. How it's more popularly known these days. But I share that with you because I think one of the most important things of coming on a hike is to make sure you spend a few minutes for yourself when you get to the top, and whatever you're looking for will always reveal itself up here. And most of the times you don't even know you're looking for something, but you get that little aha, that little really super creative idea or epiphany that pops into your head. There it is. Without doubt, it's always waiting for you at the top. So I'm taking my descent. It's been pretty cool filming a lot of this and sharing a little bit of my experience with you, some of these views with you. But I don't normally take a lot of photos, or definitely not videos, when I'm hiking, because I don't know, I think it just takes away from the moment. But I'm glad I was inspired to do it this time at least. So the rest of the hike, I'm gonna sign out. I'll give you a little report when I get to the bottom. But I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this mountain to myself for a little bit. Thanks for joining me thus far. So that was hands down the best hike I've ever been on. It wasn't the hardest or the longest, it was just definitely the most unique. And I'm so happy that when I arrived at Sedona, I pulled into a shop called the Hike Shop, the Hike Hut, thinking they would know a thing or two about hiking. And so I asked the guy, what's one hike that you can't leave Sedona without doing. And this is the one he said, the Bear Mountain hike. I forgot your name, sir, but it's lived up. Excuse me, it's far exceeded its expectations. The trail was insane. Every part of it was different. And it was very easy to get lost, but I liked the adventure of that. The textures were unreal. I don't think I've ever been on a hike where there's been so many different textures. And of course, as you can see from the video here, incredible views. And what I like most about this is that is not Bear Mountain like I thought it was. So this is one of the coolest hikes because it has a false summit, meaning you don't see the summit until you get to that summit. So that's the false summit, which is awesome because there's so many surprises like that along this whole hike, and it's not that difficult of a hike. It was just a lot of fun. I'll just leave it at that. So I bring you to, and one of the steps should have been wear sunscreen. So there you go. That one didn't sound that fun though, so I just threw it in right there. But finally, step 10. This is maybe the most important step thus far. Learn to master the words. You just had to be there, and these photos just don't do it justice. And that's it, because everyone's gonna want to know about your story, and you're gonna want to sound cool, and you're gonna want to try to relive this experience, but you can't. So you just say that over and over again. You just had to be there. These photos just don't do it justice. So just practice that. Do that before you even go on the hike. And that pretty much sums up all my hikes. Cheers. Thanks for joining me. Let's not forget wearing my Invisalign the whole time.